Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. It is January 11th, 2025. You can see we got a little snow on the ground. Not much, not even an inch, I don't think. Snowing a little bit right now. We're supposed to get some more tonight, like 1 to 3 inches. Then the temperature's supposed to drop down for a couple days. It's in the 20s right now above. It's supposed to drop into single digits for a couple days and then be back up in the 30s, mid 30s by next week. So it's been kind of still that roller coaster going on. But what we're working on today before the snow gets here and a couple days of cold, I got to grind a load of dairy feed for the milk cows. The kids are going to work on cleaning some calf pens in the barn, get some of that stuff done. So what we're going to do with this grinder, I talked about it before, how I don't have a scale on here. And I had been going off the numbers on the windows, and I have a chart that kind of tells, but I don't think that's real accurate from kind of what it looked like. It probably would be if it filled level, but you get it up to the number on the window on this side and you're looking at the top and it's half that much on the other side. So what we're gonna do today, since I got the kids here, I weighed a pail of corn, a 5-gallon pail, so I know how many of those I need to get the amount of corn in the mixer I need. That way I know I have the right amount and I can tell where it is on the window. So then next time I do it, I can just run it to that level and know I have enough. The protein mix that's in the plastic bin there, there's enough left in there for one mix of feed, so I don't think I'll have to weigh that out this time. That's how we kind of measured that out last time. So I should be able to just run that in, but we're going to weigh out the corn today, so we'll get a little video of that. It's going to take a little longer since we're doing it that way. So I probably won't video the whole process, but we'll get you some of that to show you. And also, this does not have the unload auger on it. And the one that was on here wasn't long enough anyway to reach the feed tank. So I got to set up my grain elevator to put it in the tank by the barn. I'm going to try to get it set up off to the side so I can maybe leave it there, at least until I get a different mixer that will reach the bin, but then I don't have to keep moving it in and out of here for the milk truck. So anyway, I'm gonna get the tractor fired up. That's plugged in, so it should start up good. Let that warm up. I gotta get some fuel in it and a couple other things, and then we'll get started grinding. The pails, we needed 65 pails. Corn's about 35 pounds a pail, be about 2,250 pounds. The air over is like 64 point some pails, but whatever. So that is way over what the chart shows for that amount of corn. The chart shows that it should be about here, not up there. Of course, it's mixing now, which is what I measure it at. I slow the mixer down, it'll probably settle down a little bit, but that's about the amount. What I've got in there now is about what I was guessing after we mixed the first batch. I didn't think it was nearly enough corn, so I kind of went up and looked to see how it was laid out, and I put about that much in there. So I guess my guess was pretty close to right. But so now we're going to get switched over, and we're going to run the protein in there. There's enough in here. I might put a little bit more corn in, just because there's a little bit more mix here than I would need for that batch, but I might as well just empty it out because I got room. So we'll put a few more pails of corn in there, maybe half a dozen, and then that little bit of mix extra, and then we can get it in the bin. We got it mixed. That actually worked pretty well. Definitely it'll be nicer when we get a mixer with a scale and a nice long unloading auger and whatnot, but at least now, weighing them buckets and counting them, next time I mix, you know, I know that I need to get the corn up into here, and then you know, we're up to about 7.5, so I can measure that out. That'll make things a lot more accurate and a lot faster next time we do it. So yeah, now we got to get the elevator set up. We'll get it unloaded, get it in the bin, and then that'll be ground up and ready for the cold weather. Couple days coming and the snow. Jessica's been cleaning calf pens while we've been doing this, so we'll go see how her progress has been. I got the bee farm all on the spreader here. Really no snow, so we can haul manure out on the field. They don't really have any restriction on that here. I know some places they can't haul in the winter, but as of right now, we still can here. So she looks like she's got pretty much a load, room for a couple more wheelbarrows, but we'll go check out what it looks like in the barn. All right, so they got this pen cleaned out, moved a calf in here. There was no calf in here, but moved this calf in. I guess Josh has been helping her too, so they've been getting done pretty good on it. Some of these pens have just been cleaned, so they aren't too bad. Working on this one and plugging right along. So we'll move on to the next project. When they get a load, we'll go do some spreading. You're cleaning up too, huh? Getting the mangers all cleaned up good?
Good job. Around here?
Well, there, they got a full load. Don't have all the pens cleaned yet, but it's chore time now, so and we got to unload that feed yet before chore, so we're gonna go spread this, and then we'll put the bee on the elevator, and then probably Monday we'll get the rest of them pens cleaned out. I think there's only a couple left, and those ones had been cleaned not too long ago, so we'll go get some video of spreading this out. Well, there it is. We got everything wrapped up. Got the mixer covered up. I don't have room in the shed for it right now, so I got to kind of cover it up, but which isn't too big of a deal this time of the year. It's just some snow, isn't going to hurt anything. I had to make an extension, so that's just one of them 15-gallon containers that like our teat dip and stuff comes in. That actually worked pretty well. Then I could get over the lid, kind of funnel it in there. And I've got the elevator where I've got it set up here. I think I'm just going to leave it here. It's out of the way enough for the milk truck and everything. That way next time I don't have to keep putting it up and down. I can just stay right there. I can raise it up, open the lid, and empty the mixer. So we'll run in now. Justin's going to do just start feeding cows, so we'll see how they like it. Just give Nellie a half. Well, I think we're going to wrap this video up, and I wanted to wrap it up by doing some thank yous to a bunch of our viewers for some different stuff that they've sent us, and also a couple of shout outs. Some of these thank yous from some of the stuff that we've been sent, I have to apologize. Some of this stuff we've gotten a fair while back, and when we were busy with something and I just didn't get it in a video at the time, so I do apologize for that. But I got a list here so I can make sure I remember everything, and if I pronounce anybody's name wrong, I apologize for that also. But first I want to thank my dad, give him a big thanks. He's been bringing me over a bunch of firewood, and that's just been a super big help, not having to go out and cut firewood when we've been dealing with all this stuff that was going on with the Manure system not working and everything. So I want to just make sure I give him a thanks for that. Second is Corey Stultz from Bemidji, Minnesota. They have Stultz Welding and Fabrication, and a while back he had sent us a bunch of these gate latch chains. They got like a quick latch on them, and actually I think I gave one or two to my dad, and we've been using a bunch of them around here. They're really handy chains to have, so I want to thank him for that. Keith Fink, I want to thank them. They sent us a moisture tester for like forage, and then also some calf coats. And if you haven't found their channel, just Keith Fink on YouTube. They have a really nice small farm. They got a YouTube channel for that also, so check them out. Eric Brookins, I'd like to thank him. He always sends some candy and stuff for the kids, and that's always fun for them to get that in the mail. And Stephen Poe, I hope I'm saying the last name right, he sent a whole box of like welding supplies, like a soapstone and some different protective gear like face shield, stuff like that. Whole box of stuff, and that's really awesome. That'll be nice to have all that. And he also sent some stuff for the kids, a real special gift for them. So thank you very much for that. It was very generous. And another one here we got, and all the name was that I got was Fan of Channel. And they sent a very generous monetary gift, so I want to thank you very much for that. And he also left a little note with it, and he had a couple questions he wanted me to ask me, and just said to answer them back on a video. So first one is, are you still looking for a pull type or 3-point disc bind, and if I prefer to brand? They are nice. Pull type one more so than the 3-point one. I just tend to like the pull type stuff a little better. I'm not actively looking for one. If something came up that was a really good deal, I would probably get one, but it's not really something that I'm just on the hunt for right now. Probably in the future, but and as far as brand, I don't know a lot about the different brands of them. It seems like I know people that have pretty much all different kinds, and they seem to be all pretty decent. I think they have it pretty well perfected by now. We did have an old Heston we bought used a number of years back, and I think it was probably a good machine, but before we got it, I think it had been used pretty hard. They must have ran something through it, because we did have a lot of issues with stuff that had been, you could tell had been stressed, like keys and stuff that were shearing off. The only issue that I had with that was everything on it was metric, the bearings and everything, so they all had to come from Heston, and there's no dealer close by here. So but that was a very old machine too. But other than that, not really much of a brand preference. The other one, am I looking for a Manure grapple to fit my 46-25 Gale skid loader? It would be very nice to have one. The only reason that I'm not really looking for one now is because this particular skid steer doesn't have the auxiliary hydraulics on it. I've been looking at adding them on there, but it's just not something that I've done yet. So for right now, I wouldn't really have the use for one. So yeah, so that was the questions he had, and I hope I answered them well. And thank you again also for your very, very generous gift. And another one we had was from Kyle Swanson. The Swanson family, they sent us also a very generous monetary gift and a nice Christmas card. So I want to thank them for that as well. And then I got a couple of shout outs I want to give. One is another YouTube channel, Call Dairy, just K-A-H-L. They're another dairy farm in Minnesota. They started a channel not too long ago, and I encourage you to go there, check that out, and subscribe to their channel. Yeah, they're always like to support the dairy farm channels, and especially one from Minnesota, and they got a really good channel there. So head over there and see what they got going on. And another one is family. Henry Nowak is a big fan, and his family, and it sounds like they got a really big family, and they all watch. So I want to thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the shout out, and just thank all of our viewers as well. We got some of the best fans. It's like another family almost. So